Hello, it's your girl Gracie. Today I am doing the book lover survival tag. I'm more excited about this than it seems, but at the moment I'm currently dying of shoulder pains. This tag is inspired by the book A Map for Wrecked Girls by Jessica Taylor. The book is essentially about two sisters that end up on an island stranded with some other boy. Something has happened where their relationship isn't very good, so they're like fixing it kind of while on the island. I don't know, something like that. I'm so unprofessional. This is great. The task for the book lover survival tag is to pick 5 to 8 books you would bring with you if you knew that you were going to be stranded on an island. Hannah from A Clockwork Reader said in her video, which I will link below, that anyone who wants to do it can consider themselves tagged by her. So I was tagged by Hannah. I chose 8 books that I would bring and ranked them of importance. So we're going to get to this. The first book on my list is a very important book. Like, obviously it's important, it's the first one, but I mean, I think I might as well just start taking this book with me everywhere, because if I end up stranded somewhere, I need this book. Ignite Me by Tara Mafi. It's the 3rd book in the Shatter Me series. Ignite Me is the best one. The romance in it is great, and like the friendship between Juliet and Kenji is my whole entire life. This book definitely needs to be there because I think it would help me like fulfill my longing for other people as Kenji and a different character that I won't say because it would totally spoil everything are my entire life. The next one I picked because it's like one of my favorite books, which all of these are on my favorite books list, but this one's like very up high. My second book that I picked is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart because this book is something else. I've only read it once. I need to reread it again because once you know what happens at the end, it's like, I don't know if this book will be as good to me rereading it, but like even if it's not, just these characters they're great, and the whole storyline is so interesting, and like the end hit me hard, like a train. Hit me like a train, just like this is like one of my favorite books. So it has to be Brat, right? Yeah. 3rd book on this list is Every Heart a Doorway by Shannon. I don't know. Shannon McGuire. I don't even know what to say about this book because there's just too much in this book for me. It's tiny. It's like 169 pages. Yes, I know that exactly. It is 169 pages. It's tiny, but there's so much packed into it. It's about these children who come back from these fantasy worlds and have a hard time dealing with being back in the real world, in reality, and they want to go back to the other worlds, and they're kind of taught how to deal with it at this school, and then suddenly some of the kids from the school start mysteriously being murdered, and no one knows what's happening, and like, it's probably my top favorite book at the moment. Number 4 on this list is another book that I love and have talked about for a while. For a while, as in this isn't my 10th video. A book that I've talked about before, and that is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. First of all, this book has so much like content and is very like complex that it takes a while to read. So if I'm stranded on an island, I'm not going to want to bring a bunch of tiny books and then get sick of them easily. But this book, I feel like if I reread it, I would pick up on so much more stuff now that I've read the second one and like 80 pages of the 3rd one. I just like love all these characters and like the complexity? I don't know if that's a word. The complexity of the storyline and the world and like the clairvoyant like system and how it works, and like I would totally memorize the aura colors and stuff. Like, that's just me. The 5th book I would bring is Geekerella by Ashley Posted. I'd bring this book because it's so lighthearted and just cute, and then if I was lonely, I would just be like, Geekerella! Both the story and the cover art are beautiful. So the stranded island is like gross and like not pretty. You can just look at this art, you know, and even the inside is pretty. Like you have this bright blueness, and then like the inside pages are like, ah! It's just a really light-hearted, cute story that deals with a bunch of fandom stuff. So if I'm missing my phone, it's like, the sixth book is quite a sad book, but that's okay. All the Right Places by Jennifer Niven. Again, we're not going to talk about my pronunciation skills. This book is incredibly sad, but it's probably one of the most meaningful books that I've read. Like, it impacted my life when I read it so much. I just really love this book. It has some of my favorite quotes. You are all the colors in one at full brightness. That quote is just my whole entire life. I said that a lot about things, that they're my life, because they are. I would bring this one and reread it probably the most out of the other ones, just to remember that it's okay. And that even though I'm stranded on an island, I might not be there forever. And even if I am, I have books. Number 7 on this list is Eleanor Park by Rainbow Rowell. This is also one of those books that just makes me like cry completely. One reason why I would take it though is the ending is not enough for me. I don't accept the ending. Like Rainbow Rowell, like, excuse me? No, that's not how you end a book. Like, no. Anyways, so I would probably make up like a whole fan fiction in my head of them, of the characters, like the rest of their lives. I would totally do that, and it would just take up like my whole day. And I think that's a good thing, because then if you stop worrying about probably being eaten by wild bears or something, you don't have to worry about it. If you just don't think about it, you're not going to worry about it. So that's this. And again, with the beautiful cover art, I love it. I love it so much. The 8th and final book is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This is definitely not my like top 5 or maybe top 10, like number 10 if it's in there. It's not like one of my all-time favorite books, but I really like the magic element in it, and how the world kind of works, and how the Caraval place like works. And it's just such a cool story, and it definitely caught me by surprise at the end, and I really like that about books, when they can do that. And again, it's pretty. Oh, my shoulders hurt. I can't carry these. These are the books that I bring in a stack. Here they are. Beautiful. And yes, I don't have anyone to tag, obviously, because I don't know people. I think that's it. There's nothing really else for me to say. So, goodbye.